I shall talk to you about the looming peril of climate change, which is affecting the whole world today. This is because of the global warming that has been done by the heat rays from the sun, which are trapped by the greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and the CFCs or the chlorofluorocarbons. Carbon dioxide comes mostly from the fossil fuels, living and dead organisms, mines, and volcanoes. Methane comes from the marshes and the rice fields, from cattle, especially cows, and mines, and is about 90 times more harmful than carbon dioxide. Nitrous oxide comes from the nitrogen cycle and from the effects of bacteria on soil and the seawater. Chlorofluorocarbons, or the CFCs, are generally produced from air conditioners, refrigerators, and this produces holes in the protective layer of ozone, which protects us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. The adverse effects of this global warming are already showing. The year 2019 was the hottest in the last 140 years, and this year 2020 is going to be hotter. Huge forest fires have taken place, and reseeding has become difficult. Glaciers are melting, drowning in the process the islands and coastal areas which are low-lying. Then various types of animals and birds, including human beings, are getting displaced because of the loss of their habitat. And rare birds and animal species are gradually getting extinct. Moreover, there are so many different types of epidemics which are spreading among the humans because of the climate change. Deforestation has been going on for the last about 5,000 years, but it has taken alarming proportions now because we need land for farming and for housing. Population is rising. Again, by the end of this century, it is expected that it would rise to about 11 billion, and all of them they require energy for e-revolution which is taking place, for surface and air transport, although electric vehicles are now being developed. Power plants which generate electricity normally use fossil fuels, but they are creating a lot of CFC and carbon dioxide. Even the methane gas, which is being produced from natural gas replacement, even that is equally harmful or even worse. Deforestation is the principal cause of global warming. Earth's 15 billion acres of pre-industrial forest have been reduced to almost 10 billion acres. And the greenhouse gases that are produced as a result, they are still there in the environment and they remain there for decades. Australia recently had very huge fires which have burnt about 25 million acres of forest land and have destroyed millions of homes. The huge amount of greenhouse gases that are emanating from mines, from heated ocean convection currents, they are catalyzing this process of fires. Then wildfires are taking place in Canada, USA, and in several other countries, even in those places which were normally supposed to be irrespective of their other geographic conditions. It was supposed that Alaska, Siberia, and such places cannot have fires, but even there, fires have been there. And the tropical forests around the world have also been burning. Greenland, which lies between Atlantic and the Arctic Oceans, has already registered a rise of 2 degrees Celsius of temperature, which makes it the hottest in the last 10,000 years. Almost half of the ice cover, which amounts to 10 billion tons of ice, has already been lost. Moreover, freshwater sources are fast vanishing, and even Antarctica temperatures are rising very fast. Now, glaciers, when they come down from the slopes of the mountains, create new lakes, and these lakes get filled with rainwater. These glacial lake outbursts, they lead to flash floods, and they damage bridges, homes, and power stations. So these have been observed in Nepal among the Himalayan foothills, and they have killed thousands of people and ruined most of their crops. Humans are becoming refugees in many parts of the world. Millions are leaving their homes to escape fire, droughts, destruction of crops, and the drowning of islands and low-lying coastal areas. This is leading to a lot of complex legal problems and the possibility of conflicts and diseases due to the migration of huge populations. Now, Earth Day is being observed to focus on these problems every year on April 22. New laws are being enacted. United Nations has already supported conferences at Kyoto, at Paris, and in Madrid to find solutions of this problem. Max Planck Institute, for example, has told us that the greenhouse gases are cutting down human life on an average by 3 years. Activists like Greta Thunberg, religious and social leaders, they all want joint global action. Extinction is a rebellion. It's a new organization set up in Britain for action by the government, and for this, 300 scientists from 20 nations have come out in the open to force the governments to actively do something. Now, for example, you can see what is the fate of the Paris Accord, which took place in the year 2015. About 200 nations agreed to limit the temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius because they were fearing that if it is not limited, the rise of temperature can be as high as 4 degrees Celsius, which can be disastrous. And they have recommended that the rich and developed nations help the poor and developing nations by giving them about $100 billion of assistance to fight the climate change. And they have recommended that alternative sources of energy may be used. They have also suggested the reduction of greenhouse gases by giving proper incentives to various countries and taxing those countries and factories which are emitting huge amounts of carbon dioxide. They have suggested energy conservation and auditing, and also reforestation wherever possible. But it seems that the Paris goals are unachievable. Already the temperature has risen above 2 degrees Celsius. As an example, you can see that 275 million people in India are directly dependent upon the forests. Still, the forests are being cut every day. More than 50,000 species of animals and birds have already become extinct, already in the tropical forests and now in other places. Rainforests are also being cut down at the rate of 100 acres per minute. This gives you an idea of the devastation that is taking place. In Canada also, the situation is not much better because the warming is taking place at twice the global rate. There are wildfires and the summers are becoming hotter. The 2019 report, which was produced by the government in Canada, says that about 75% glaciers have been lost, and by the end of the century, the seawater would rise to dangerous proportions. Habitat lost has already killed billions of Arctic birds, and new initiatives are also being taken. For example, Aztec, Alberta Zero Emission Truck Electrification Collaboration, is working to replace the diesel by hydrogen fuel, which they believe can be extracted cheaply from oil sands. At the end of it, the Canadian government have established a climate research institute, and it is hoped that they will be able to produce a roadmap for the entire world to coordinate and to ensure that the recommendations of the Paris and the Madrid Accords are implemented in the interest of the future of the earth. Thank you.